Okay. We look at last fight, Havana versus Fusion in Eternal. Havana versus Fusion. Who wins? Okay. It's not real. For me to stream a comp game? Guys, I haven't played an actual ranked game on my main. You want to see? You want to see my account? You want to see my account? Actually, you can't even see my account. I haven't played... I'll check my account. I don't think I played a ranked game since like season 12. Alright, last fight. Is this the last fight? Is this what we want to look at? Is this it? Okay, so last fight. Let's look at what the deal is here. Okay, so here's the situation. We have Ryan Sigma, Moira Lucio, Maywidow. Now, why I anticipate this to be run is because teams have discovered that like normal spam might be too vulnerable to dive here, so I'm not really sure what the compositional meta is in Overwatch League, so I'm not going to talk about that as much. Wait, is it the first round or what? This here? Okay, we will look at this then. Oh my gosh, is this still overtime? Okay, so here's the deal. Defending with Orisa Zarya. This is what I assume is a transition from I guess they were playing Brawl or Dive earlier. Yeah, so they were playing, looks like Dive earlier. Because wait, were they? Or are they just legit just playing Zarya? They were legit playing Zarya. Are you kidding me? What? Why? Okay, so they're playing Zarya. So here's why they're playing Zarya, actually. I know why they're playing Zarya. Chat, you tell me, why are they playing Zarya? And not Sigma? 60 seconds remaining. Why are they playing Zarya? I'm actually turning on the air really quick. Give me 1 second. Better peel with bubble. Yeah, so it's like Zarya's never been a historically good peeler, but she's better than like Sigma. It's more consistent. And right now, when you're playing it to bubble dive, Sigma's rock and stuff just isn't as valuable. And so you want a hero that's like actually has better peel, but can still put out decent damage. So Zarya is like so many people were saying like Genji Blade. Yeah, sure. Like you can actually, when people dive, you can bubble what's being dove, and that's better than Sigma Shift, better than Sigma Shield into this current comp. So it's a weird comp, but there's logic behind it. Okay, Hanman can project a bubble to peel, and you know he has decent damage. So what Eternal wants to do is they want to survive the Fusion's dive, and then they want to actually like push. They want to survive the Eternal's, the Fusion's, excuse me, tank cooldowns, and then they want to abuse the enemy tanks. Because like Eternal can press W with their comp. They can press W with their comp. They can't press W immediately unless they have ults, but they could definitely like survive with Lamp and Inspire and Whipshot and Bash and Bubble and Fortify and all that stuff. And then they can actually like press W and run into the enemy team because it's not like it's completely static spam comp. Now what Eternal should do, excuse me, is they should legit. What they need to do is they need to survive the dive. They need to grab the enemy, the Zarya. They need to grab Fury, and they need to grab Pulse Fury. Fury needs to die. Like Zarya is the silent carry of these dive comps because she does so much damage. If you kill Zarya, Fusion's dive comp has no damage. So like you need to legit just survive dive and then just use both your grab and your pulse and the Zarya, kill her. Like if you kill Zarya, you win this fight. Is my take. And then if you're Fusion, Fury needs to play carefully and he needs to get rally armor. And then he preferably needs to save his personal bubble. Like he can get personal bubble for charge, but then like once the engagement starts, he really needs to save his personal bubble for the pulse. Because he's going to be the primary target. Obviously here, Astro are the primary targets. Stamper X, thank you for the fall. J Stamper. That's the feed. This is good. Like, do you notice that they get a pick and they don't just AFK? They're like, go screw Seto, you know? Pressure, pressure, pressure. They force the monkey bubble out early. Monkey primal out first. I'm playing this at 0.75 so I can see. Early, 4 to 5 from Ben Best. Bongo as well. So my concern here, though, is that because of Sato... Actually, I don't really know. Okay, here's why. Ben Best uses his Fortify really early, and then he plays all the way back. And this allows the Fusion to just take this space for free. I don't think Sato is primal, especially considering he mistimed his pressure. Like, Sato goes in too early. I don't think Sato's primal is enough to back off. So I don't know why Ben Best fortified. Maybe it was to avoid his sleep dart or something. But, like, this is actually really bad for Eternal to be here. This is really bad. Because Fusion can play so slow and just stuff, like, prevent the enemy Ashe from getting good angles, and they can build up their nano, and they can build up their EMP very easily. They can even build up their grab. So, like, this is not good for Eternal. Like, what I want Eternal to do is, like, wait out this rally if they can. Like, just survive until this rally ends, and then clear a DPS, clear out a tank, shoot a tank for the follow, and then I want them to actually press W into Fusion and look for grab. I don't want them to AFK here forever. Like, focus Sato, focus Sato, focus Sato, focus Sato. Bob is... I don't like this. This feels too early. Like, we've got people still dealing with Monkey right now. You need to, like, I would wait out the rally armor a little longer. They can't EMP rush you. They have no way of getting kills. So, this better be a big stick. Like, this is what we were looking for, though. At least, at the very least, though, like, I don't like the Bob. Because Bob into rally is just kind of poopy. And rally is still going. But this stick, this needs to kill people. And I don't know if it will. Because they're still rallying. Oh my gosh. She gets EMP'd. Oh, that's so bad. That shuts down Grav, Pulse, and Bob with one EMP. And he dies, so it's stallable. But that was actually massive. Oh no. And now all Fusion needs to do is survive like 1 or 2 seconds. And Fury's gonna murder the enemy team, and then he or Sato is gonna get nano, and they're gonna win. Hanbin's dead. Hanbin's dead. What? Sato overextends. That's actually a huge yikes. And FD God builds his rally. Dude. Wow, that's actually unfortunate from both teams. Okay, so now, again, like I talked about, Eternal, like, pushes out now. They're not AFK. Alarmist, primary target, or Funny Astro. Funny Astro can be killed, though. There's the bubble. Oh my gosh, FD God, huge. That's a massive sleep. Kill FD God, dude. Kill FD God, kill FD God, kill FD God. Ivy just blades just the zone, I guess. I'm gonna slow this down to 0.75 again. Hisu goes Widow, which is like a stall pick, you know, because the Vol fights, people aren't paying attention to what you're doing. Grav does catch Sparkle. Sparkle needs to die. What? Dude, come on! What is this fight? Huge lamp. Astro's gone. Are you joking? What is this? Yeah, the problem with the bubble pulse is like, you can, if he had just, like, okay, so here's my problem with the Grav. Here's my problem with the Grav, okay? Here's the problem. The problem is not that they're waiting out bubbles. The problem is that they're yeeting out this Grav like a million miles away in the middle of rally. Why? Wait. You can LOS their EMP. There's no risk of EMP at this point in time. And they're doing this while they're still clearing Monkey and Genji out. Like, you're getting no help from Orisa and Brig. Like, this is a, like, 101. Don't use... Nobody can follow up on this. Even if you stick this here, you're still not going to get a kill. So this is just really, really misplayed in terms of ult usage. I can't money folder because I've got other questions I have to do, and I have work very soon too, so I can't spend extra time and ask why. I have to kind of like crank through it and then roll. Actually nuts though. The Owl MVP race boiled down to Exene Fleta. Aside from the performance of XC and others, isn't Fleta kind of undeserving? I mean, he really is good, but I can't forget his series zero. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Like everybody was ripping on Dream for like ripping on Lip from Shanghai, but the thing is like the games where Dream was specifically watching Lip play Sombra, Lip was like whiffing a ton of EMPs. He was actually choking on Sombra a lot. But like that was just a bad series for him. After that, he plays like really, really, really well, and he's been playing relatively well throughout the series. So like I don't know a lot about Lip's play besides that, but like one bad series shouldn't really ruin your running for MVP. So people will meme on Dream, but people should like disagree with Dream not because his take on Lep was bad at the time, because it was correct at the time, despite what Platchat says, but because like one bad series shouldn't define a player's entire season. So with Fleta, you can't look at like, okay, he had a really, really bad run of EMPs, but like how is his Echo play? How is his Genji play? How is his all the other heroes for the rest of the season since stage 1? Because that's a long season, man. It's been 7 months, I think. So I don't know XC versus Fleta though. I haven't watched enough Overwatch League to say for sure. And since I am not educated, I will not speak. I think those are nerves, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that was like Lip's first couple of series, but he was playing. I distinctly remember on like Gibraltar and stuff, like a bunch of clunk EMPs. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the voting. Like, I'm honestly like, they should not use the voting. They should poll coaches and players, honestly. Mostly coaches, if you want a real MVP vote. But I think it's only like a percentage or whatever, which is fine. You don't like Lip Sombra? I haven't watched enough to know for sure, but I do know there's several games where he played very mediocre on Sombra. I did vote for Alarm though, personally, just because I think Alarm has played consistently well throughout the entire season. And like, yes, Fusion would be good without Alarm, but I don't think it'd be near as good. And I think Alarm is just like one of the best at his positions across the league. And it's just been consistent the entire year. I have some questions about the new Zara dev comment. I've seen a lot of watching matches. Trying to find a reason for the Zara pick in the comments. Got a question for you. Sure. Why would you pick Zara things like Diva, Ball, and Sigma? Because Zara enables her Winston to actually do things. Zenith Zero, thank you for the follow. Because Zarya bubbled Winston can actually do something into double shield. Because he doesn't get rocked, he doesn't get bashed, and because Zarya can actually do stuff in the double shield, because Diva does nothing to double shield. She just gets burned. She does nothing. She just shoots shields and then gets booped away by Brig. There's a whole list of reasons of why Brig is good into Diva, Diva's bad into Brig. But I won't go into all of them. Just basically assume that Diva's bad into armor, so she struggles into rally. She does no damage against squishies that she can't kill, because she can't kill a Brig back line. And she gets CC booped easily. Sigma Winston is okay, but Sigma is more for the spam. So Sigma in terms of like raw damage compared to Zarya is okay-ish. I'd still kind of prefer the Zarya. But the reason why Sigma is inferior to Zarya is not the raw damage, the fact that he doesn't enable his monkey as much as Zarya does. Ball Winston is okay-ish, but again, same problem. Ball Winston is significantly easier to deal with when there's no bubble, right? You just bash one and whip shot the other, you know what I'm saying? And then you've denied a lot of their value. But Monkey Sigma, I think when Orisa was banned, Monkey Sigma was played in Overwatch League. It's not a bad comp. It wouldn't be terrible into Orisa Sig. It just wouldn't be as good because again, you're like the high charge Zarya like actually does something into Orisa Sigma because she can actually kill people. Remember we talked about the AoE sustain and how you need high damage. Diva's not high damage, at least not high damage on targets that have high like Diva gets really gimped by the AoE healing stuff. Hey, Bionicle Boy, I don't know what you're talking about, Toby. What's Zarya's role in this composition? She doesn't deny everything. Does she stage the dice herself? She just helps the backline. So she can help backline, but mostly for Zarya's job, it's basically she plays for charge early and then bubbles her Winston in. Play for charge early, bubble your Winston in, and when your Winston hard commits after like the first bubble rotation or second bubble rotation, you also hard commit and you can actually kill people. Because a high charge Zarya can kill Orisa's, high charge Zarya can kill Sigma's, high charge Zarya can kill Brig, can kill Bap, can kill anything. And Grav can kill people in the comp too, because like Lamp is fine, but like Grav kills people. What can you do that ensures the Zarya fulfills the role in the conversation in terms of ability usage? She needs to position target selection all usage. I'm not going to go into the details of this, but basically just you need to get high charge, and you need to, like, you and your monkey need to play patiently until you get high charge and until your team gets space. Because, like, you saw me picking on Paris there for using that grab in Narnia, and they had to, like, run to kill the people in grab. You should, like, eventually, like, be patient and play for space until your Winston can, like, hard commit and you're high charge and you can hard commit too. So you have to, like, play it patiently. And like take flanks to take space to take angles, and then like eventually when you get the space you can like hard commit when you're charged. After winning a team fight with some mech base, is already staying the bridging with the health pack next point rather than moving up with everybody else? No. Not. It depends. If your team is stuffing the choke, you can't do anything from there. So no. I mean, unless you're playing on like they're pathing through coast side, but even then it's not the best spot for you to be. Because you're so far away from where, if you like, you position around where your team is taking the fight, and if your team is pushing up on the choke, then you're doing literally nothing on the health back. So no. What are some things to think about when positioning with Brig, depending on comps? So like if you're playing like a hard brawl comp, you just want to press W, you can position more forward. If you're playing like hard peel dive, you can play a little bit further back. If you're playing like spam, Brig spam, like in the current meta, you can play like passive, and then you can push aggressively like as fights devolve with your tanks. Winston, Zara, and Brig have a lot of brawl potential when Zara gets charged, and Tracer, Summer, Gitcher looking for a pinch to enable the Zara because of multiple points of aggression. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, that's it. Why is dive strong in leeching map in with the bridges? Why doesn't the open map mean it's easy to poke out before the dive? No, because it's an open map, but the little walls that lead up to the bridge make it hard for you to shoot people. So like the only really long sightline is across. So like Lijiang Garden is constructed like this. Like this is the point. There's like space here, and then there's a wall, like a bridge here and a bridge here, right, chat? So like the only really long sightlines are across this way. So like horizontally, and then if you push to like this point here, you can see to their spawn door, right? But if you push here, it's a little risky, right? Most people want to play like in this building here, or they want to play like back a point. And if you do that, you can't see anything until they get to the bridge. So you can't see them as they cross the bridge. So really, if you play back here or in here, your sightline is limited to here, right? There's not a lot of space. So it's like it's an open map, but it's an open map with very useful cover. That being said, poke is not bad there. It's fine. It's just dive is decent too. Against ball, how should you decide when to ignore the ball versus targeting it when ball's like hard committing? Early in fights, throwing some damage at ball is fine, but like it's really hard to hard commit on a ball really early in a fight and get a kill on him unless you have like double CC, because he's gonna have his E and he's gonna have his grapple. Well, he's gonna have his E. That's a big one. So it's like you wanna, and he's gonna be full HP too. So it's like you wanna wait until like you force his E or you get him down low before you hard commit. How could PE not swap in Paris Eternal not swap in soon for Havana? For the US, they're being forced to constantly adapt. Exit is Sparkle where the bad heroes the most. Or is it like if they don't play soon Havana, they lose now? Okay, so let me put it this way, and this is gonna come across as kind of rude, but like this is just a good general rule for everybody in chat. I think it's always entertaining to have these conversations like these, but you like let me show you a meme. I'm gonna show you a meme, and it will explain everything to you. Okay. Now, you guys probably, most of you have grown up watching traditional sports to some degree. Maybe not a lot, maybe not participating a lot, but you've done something with traditional sports. Okay. Whenever I see questions like this, or I read the stuff on Reddit, these hot takes, this is immediately what I think of. This is you. You are now the boomer. This is you. I'm just going to let you sit and think about that. Okay? Now, it's esports, it's video games, but the same concept applies. Yes, people make mistakes. Maybe the coach made a bad call there. But you also have to understand that there's a reason why Soon didn't play. Maybe XC brings more leadership there. Maybe there was a specific comp that Fusion could have gone that Soon would have sucked at if they did not play XC. Maybe it was actually a tough decision and they had to go with XC because XC was like really hot that day. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. You just don't know. And I think that's good for discussion, but you should never ever, like, it's really egotistical and kind of ignorant to just assume that, oh, these guys are just idiots. There's a reason why they do what they do. Now, there are bad coaches and there are people that make bad decisions, but even then, there's always a reason why they did that. I know you're not flaming X or Sparkle, but you're telling me that like, oh, the coaches are idiots for not swapping in soon. Oh, that's kind of the impression. Obviously, it's not exactly what you're saying, but kind of the impression that you're getting. There's a reason, and instead of like just assuming that they're idiots, try and think about why that might be. And then, I'm gonna tell you something, chat. Like, after somebody who's been involved with the Overwatch competitive scene for a long time and read like stuff like this about teams that I've coached, like, why are Uprise Academy so bad? Or, why don't they just get a new player here? Or, Phase 2, I don't know why they were playing that comp. Remember Avast when he was flaming us in the Reaper comp? Right? Back when Goats was meta? You just don't know. I'll be honest. You don't know. We make mistakes all the time. But I guarantee you the reason you're flaming us is probably the wrong reason you're flaming us for. Like, I make mistakes all the time, but half the criticisms that I've got were completely off base. Like, they're the wrong type of criticism. I need to be criticized for something else that you guys didn't even understand. Armchair coaching. Exactly. It's just, it's a Monday morning quarterback. It's like an NA phrase, You wake up the next morning and you're sitting there, like, calling all the things that they screwed up. So, yeah, I just want to speculate. Yeah. I get that, but I think it was just a good time for me to get my soapbox a little bit. Yeah. None of the teams are stupid. Even Boston is not stupid, There's a reason why they play the comps that they play. It's probably not the best reason, and maybe they aren't very good at solving problems, but there's a reason. Okay. So yeah, point learn. Take it as an opportunity to think about, like, I wonder why they're doing what they're doing. Because I guarantee you there's a reason why.